Today, in history, we are going to delve into the fascinating history and profound impact of the anti-rabies vaccine. Rabies is one of the most feared diseases due to its almost inevitable fatality once symptoms appear. However, thanks to the groundbreaking work of scientists like Louis Pasteur, we now have effective means to prevent this deadly disease. Let's explore the journey from the dark days before the vaccine to the global efforts in rabies prevention today. Before the invention of the rabies vaccine, the disease was synonymous with death and despair. Rabies, primarily transmitted through the bites of infected animals, particularly dogs, had an almost 100% fatality rate once clinical symptoms appeared. Communities lived in constant fear of rabies outbreaks. The disease was characterized by severe neurological symptoms, including hydrophobia, fear of water, paralysis, agitation, and hallucinations, leading ultimately to a painful death. Without effective prevention or cure, rudimentary methods were employed to control rabies. These included cauterizing bite wounds, quarantining animals suspected of being rabid, and even destroying livestock and pets in affected areas. Despite these efforts, rabies outbreaks continued to claim lives and instill terror in communities. The psychological, social, and economic impacts were profound, highlighting the desperate need for a solution. The breakthrough in rabies prevention came from Louis Pasteur, a pioneering French scientist. Pasteur was driven by a desire to alleviate human suffering and a relentless curiosity about infectious diseases. He had already made significant contributions to microbiology and vaccine development, and rabies presented another challenge for him to tackle. Pasteur hypothesized that, similar to his work with anthrax, the rabies virus could be attenuated to create a vaccine that would induce immunity without causing the disease. He and his colleagues conducted experiments using the spinal cords of infected rabbits, progressively weakening the virus through a drying process. This method allowed them to create a series of vaccine doses with varying levels of attenuation. In July 1885, Pasteur tested his vaccine on Joseph Meister, a 9-year-old boy who had been severely bitten by a rabid dog. With no other options and a certain fatal outcome without intervention, Pasteur administered the experimental vaccine. Over several days, Meister received progressively stronger doses of the attenuated virus. Remarkably, he survived without developing rabies, marking the first successful use of the rabies vaccine in humans. This achievement revolutionized infectious disease prevention and cemented Pasteur's legacy. The invention of the rabies vaccine had a profound impact on global rabies prevention efforts. Pasteur's success led to widespread adoption and further development of rabies vaccines. Early vaccines, like the Semple vaccine made from nerve tissue, were eventually replaced by safer and more effective cell culture vaccines, such as the human diploid cell vaccine, HDCV, and the purified chick embryo cell vaccine, PCECV. Today, rabies vaccines are produced using advanced cell culture techniques, ensuring high purity and efficacy. Pre-exposure vaccination is recommended for high-risk individuals, such as veterinarians and travelers to endemic areas. Post-exposure prophylaxis, PEP, involving wound cleaning and a series of rabies vaccinations, is highly effective in preventing the onset of rabies if administered promptly after exposure. Global efforts to control rabies have also advanced significantly. Organizations like the World Health Organization, WHO, the World Organization for Animal Health, OI, and the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, are working together to eliminate human rabies transmitted by dogs by 2030. These initiatives include mass dog vaccination campaigns, public education, and improved access to vaccines. The history of the anti-rabies vaccine is a testament to the progress of medical science and its impact on public health. From the terrifying days before its invention to the modern era of effective rabies prevention, the vaccine has saved countless lives and continues to protect communities worldwide. As we look to the future, ongoing efforts in vaccination and education will help us move closer to a world free from the threat of rabies. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and follow for more historical event, fun facts and trivia.